So it was incredible, and right now the result is unbelievable. Like, hard to process for the whole family. I understood that in ethics, those keywords matter a lot. Like ethical keywords, we call them. So I did one thing on my whole wall, one wall. I pasted sticky notes of ethical keywords. So
All
that
the ethical keywords.
yeah, they
so
became.
that it keeps striking in your mind all the
they
time.
became my everyday vocabulary.
Oh.
In our classes also, you used to say that you have to take some logical guess also.
Yes,
Because you won't be able to make a good score.
Correct.
So I started making logical guesses. So I practiced that also. And then for mains also, I gave tests from Forum Open Simulator Test.
Okay. I'm really proud that you are one of my students.
So
And
that means
I
a lot.
told you before also.
Yeah.
I'm reiterating the same thing once again.
Yeah.
You're a source of inspiration for a lot of students.
Thank you.
Cracking the exam in the very first attempt, especially while pursuing graduation. I think you are a big source of inspiration. Hello everyone. Today we have with us Devyanshi. She has secured rank 99 in the recently civil service examination. So at the outset, I'd like to welcome her.
Thank you so much, sir.
So before I start the podcast, I just want to tell you something about her. She's still in the final year of her graduation, and she has got 99th rank in her very first attempt. Now, what is the best part about her is getting 99th rank while pursuing the graduation, and that to be in her very first attempt. So for me, probably she is probably the biggest source of inspiration for the civil service aspirants who are preparing for the examination. So Devyanshi, how was your journey so far?
So it was incredible, and right now the result is unbelievable. Like,
Okay.
hard to process for the
Yeah.
whole family.
Uh-huh.
But I'm very grateful for what I have got.
Okay.
And the journey, I have got the right guidance at the right times.
Yes.
I've learned a lot from you during the foundation program, so that has been there throughout.
Okay. So when did this idea of getting into civil service come into your mind?
So it came into my mind during the mid of my 12th standard.
12th standard. Okay.
Yeah. And then from the first year of my college, I was clear that I have to get into civil services.
Okay.
So I just chose everything accordingly. And then from the last year, I joined Rouse foundation course and everything.
Okay.
And then gave the attempt.
Now, when people are studying for UPSC civil services, right, they always had this mindset ki it's very difficult to clear the exam in the very first attempt, right? Now, considering that you have cleared this in your very first attempt, what was the strategy which you have adopted? And how were you able to clear in the very first attempt? What is so special about your strategy?
So I don't know if it's really special, but one thing, I am a very calculative person in that regard. So from the very beginning, I've always tried and tested myself. Like, I have seen people just keep studying, but they hesitate to take the test.
Okay.
So I started testing myself early, right? From the December, I had prelims test series. For the mains also, when I cleared prelims, I was giving tests from the very beginning. Like, you had given me the target to give 2 ethics tests within a week.
Yes,
I was just doing that only. Every week I used to attempt 1 test. And then for mains also, I gave test from Forum Open Simulator Test.
Okay.
So I was like this much prepared. Okay, I have even performed at my worst stages when I was very tired. But I gave the exams at the offline centers. Because what happens is when you give the exam at your home, you tend to take more time than
Exactly.
the time
It's
is
not like an
given.
exam-like condition actually.
Yeah, in the exam room, you have like all those pressure conditions.
True.
You have to complete in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Once you are like practiced that, like I had practiced that 2 times before giving the exam in the offline center. So that was a calculative approach. Plus one more thing, what I have seen is people keep studying things even if they are not yielding them results.
Okay.
The major factor for me was if I'm not getting score from something, like my marks are not improving. So I decided some other thing to go for. Like
You
maybe
mean
I
to say
should
you
try.
change the source also?
No, I didn't change the source. I changed the way I do it.
Okay.
Like earlier, I was making notes, let's say 1-liner notes or 1-pager notes. Then that was helping me to an extent. I thought I had to go beyond. So what I did, I just took some very prominent questions and I used to study in question answer format. So my notes were very curated according to that. So whenever I thought I need to score more, I need to push beyond. So I used to just change the way I used to do it.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So, see, clearing the exam first attempt, so you must have started your preparation much before getting into the foundation, right? So when did the actual preparation start? Even in graduation itself, you started preparation?
Yeah, from the first year, I was reading NCRTs.
From the first year?
Of my college, yeah. And some foundation books also.
Okay.
And since I'm from journalism, so I used to read newspaper regularly from the first year.
So you had this habit of getting
Yeah. I just got the habit till the end of the time when I had enrolled in the foundation course. So
and
till
these
then,
days people come and ask me, sir, should we read newspaper?
Yeah, I was reading them from the first year of my college only.
Okay.
And at that time, I used to read more newspapers because...
But were you able to understand, grasp the national and international?
Honestly not.
Okay.
But I just made it a habit first.
You wanted to make it a habit?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
And then when I get enrolled in the course and everything, then I was able to grasp. Because I remember in the economy classes, you used to say you won't be able to grasp economy wala section till you study these things.
Yes.
So yes, that's a point. But I believe firstly, you should make a habit because that will help you. So yeah.
Okay. So the optional preparation started much before you got into foundation, is it?
Yeah. I was reading optional because it coincided with some of the subjects in my journalism. So from the second year, I was reading foundation books.
So you had a sense of familiarity with sociology because of your graduation?
Yeah. Some subjects were like coinciding with that. Then I like joined the crash course after I cleared prelims.
Okay. No, as far as prelims is concerned, people keep saying that prelims is very unpredictable. No matter how much of efforts we put in, because it's like an open ocean, right? You end up preparing so much. Then there's so much of current affairs. Then it so happens that in spite of the fact that you've read it multiple times, revised it multiple times, even then it's very difficult to get the right answer. So what was your strategy there as far as the prelims is concerned?
So I had a two-pronged approach firstly. Firstly, I went by that weightage wala thing only.
Weightage wala.
More weightage to polity, history.
The one which we covered in the class.
Yes, the one you covered in the class.
Yeah.
So in polity, one thing is constant, WARE Act. In economy also, they test very fundamental principles. Like there were questions regarding the deficit. 3 questions were directly from the deficit. And because we studied that in the class, so I was very well versed with it. So there are some constants, but at the same time, I believe there is unpredictability. But in our classes also, you used to say that you have to take some logical guess also. Because you won't be able to make a good score.
Correct.
So I started making logical guesses. So I practiced that also.
Okay, you practice that.
Yeah.
And how come you were able to understand that if I take this guess right, then only I'll get it right, or I might go wrong? Did you work upon it?
Yeah. I checked my guessing accuracy mathematically.
Used to check it. Okay.
So I was like, if the accuracy is fine, I'll go with it.
And accuracy in terms of subject, topic, or how did you find out? Accuracy wise.
Like I used to give subject test also. So in that I also had the accuracy and in a full test also.
So it's like you knew that there are certain subjects, there are certain topics where you are confident enough, and if you take a calculated guess, you might get it right.
Like we can easily eliminate 2 options, I will say.
Yeah.
Then you have to just focus on the remaining 2 options, and that you have to just make your guessing ability better every time. So the last 1 month, 2 pre, I practiced logical guessing a lot.
Logical guessing. Okay. So rather than taking blind guesses, you should take always calculated guesses, and that to be calculated guesses in the topics where you are more confident. Right? In the subject which you are more confident.
Yeah.
And how did you prepare for current affairs?
Sir, majorly...
For prelims, because it's so vast, right? Yeah. So, what is your approach?
I didn't run after the sources, I would say. I was reading newspaper continuously. Plus, we had Rouse, each monthly magazine. So, I just followed that only.
That's it. No special preparation as such. No. Okay. And for the mains, I think optional and ethics is the main key.
Yeah.
Optional and ethics.
Yeah.
Optional, though, you sorted much before.
Yeah.
Right. So, what was your approach for ethics? Like for ethics, you had detailed notes and all these things for ethics?
Yeah. From the foundation course of Rouse itself, I had the detailed notes. And after that, I made concise 1-pager notes of ethics also, the way you recommended.
So, you had a 1-pager note for every topic?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Because I wasn't having much time, so I made the notes for like the most important ones or the ones I am unable to remember. So I had those notes, and one more thing I did is I understood that in ethics, those keywords matter a lot. Like ethical keywords, we call them.
Yeah.
So I did one thing on my whole wall. One wall, I pasted sticky notes of ethical keywords. So
all the ethical keywords.
Yeah, they
so
became,
that it keeps striking your mind all the time.
They became my everyday vocabulary.
Okay.
And then I used to discuss case studies with my friends.
Okay.
Whenever I was very tired and I was like, okay, I can't study more, I'm very tired for today. So I used to call them and I was like, I've sent you the document of case studies. Let's just discuss them.
Okay.
So that was the approach I followed.
And what about the writing practice for ethics?
Writing practice, almost I used to do it daily.
Daily?
Yeah. Because ethics and
how much
optional,
time
I
did you
didn't
spend
compromise.
on ethics answer writing daily?
Sir, I mean, it was usually variable, but I would say 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Every day, no matter what.
Yeah,
Even
if it's
if you
an
are studying other
optional,
subject
I
also,
didn't compromise.
compromise on
Yeah,
ethics.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what is needed also.
Yeah, you told in the class, so
Yes,
I
yes.
just took it very.
That's really nice, really nice. And what about essay? How frequently do you practice essay writing?
So you told like 2 essays
Two
a
essays
week
every
you
day.
have to write, and
Yeah.
other you can brainstorm also. So I used to do both of the things because
Acha.
there was
So
not much of
writing
time.
used to do one essay and brainstorming
Ha, ha, ha.
another essay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. That's really nice. That's really nice. And finally, when you went for the interview, what kind of questions you were asked in the interview?
So I would say because I'm from media, so the opening questions were majorly about media questions, journalism. Like we have media polarization currently, media ownership issues. So all of those questions, and some questions were like really factual.
Okay.
And apart from that, there were more questions from my optional, like they were checking key concepts.
Okay.
So my interview was like a little bit DAF based also, but some questions were random also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember any interesting question from the interview?
Yes. One question was actually I had science till my 12th standard, PCM. So sir saw somewhere physics or maths. So he asked me, Devyanshi, what is the difference between vector or scalar? So I just told, because that was just one liner difference. I was like, what is coming next? Then sir asked me, do you think magnitude is more important or direction? So I was like, sir, both. Then he was like, what is more important? So I was like, sir, direction. Because the direction is wrong, then magnitude can be utilized in the wrong directions.
Correct.
Right? So, yeah, that was one interesting question I remember.
Nice. Fine, Devyanshi. It was really nice talking to you. I mean, like, I'm really proud that you are one of my students.
Sir,
And
that means
I
a lot.
told you before also.
Yeah.
I'm reiterating the same thing once again.
Yeah.
You're a source of inspiration for a lot of students.
Thank you.
Cracking the exam in the very first attempt, especially while pursuing graduation. I think you are a big source of inspiration. Your story about how you approach the exam should reach out to everyone, right?
Yes,
Keep in
sir.
touch and you'll do great.
Sir, this means a lot to me. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.